London, and we are going to the Tommy Robinson rally. He got arrested yesterday, tåga till Downing Street. Tommy Robinson blev arresterad igår, men tusenvis. We are going to ask people why are they here and see, is it really true?
Oh, look at her, yeah?
Arrested yesterday.
Yeah, I know, it's terrible, isn't it? No good. It's the British justice system for you, it's no good.
Why are you here? Why are you here today?
So I'm Tommy Robinson.
Yeah. Today.
So I'm Tommy Robinson.
Yeah. So the media is trying.
I mean, you got for that
trying.
I mean, you got for those I understand parties, the Tories and the Labour, to simplify, the Tories are generally the government now deny there's two-tier policing, there's two-tier policing, Brit, that's not what we see. What we are seeing blatantly is a favouritism to those that are speaking, seem to be given a free pass, and those who are just general working class English people. Protests that you see on the mainstream media, and you see these people raving from the rivers to the sea, free Palestine. Now, if anyone knows their English history, yes, modern day Palestine, and after the war we gave the part of that land to the Israel to form modern Israel. And you have all these working, white, middle-class people singing these songs. And now the last white man that wanted to be wiped off the face of the earth was Hitler. And let's look how we're here to say, look, we are English. We have no problem with people, refugees. What we are saying is refugees, fine. But there has to be you support yourself. Do you have a job to come to? Do you have a house to live in? You know.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's some kind of phone holder, isn't it?
Yes, you're from Norwegian media. Do you want to say some words?
Oh, no, I'm alright.
What?
I'll show you my tattoo. It says exempt from bullshit.
What?
I'll show you my tattoo. It says exempt from bullshit.
Okay.
Do you know this? Exempt from bullshit. And then I have the stand in the park. Goodness, that's a big organisation.
Stand in the park.
It's worldwide.
Okay, I never heard of it.
Where are you from?
Norway.
Nu går det att vaxa lite som man lite fulla. Så jag kommer inte här, på laget, men jag kommer inte. Jag kommer inte. Det går lite skrutt som jag kommer. Hey! We are from Norwegian media. Can we ask you some questions?
Yeah, sure.
No?
Yes.
Yes. Wait, I just have to switch the mic.
Yeah, we are from Norway. We want to ask you, why are you here today?
For justice for Peter Lynch. I lost my husband and just lost my son, who was only 35. And because of the government, the way the government are treating the people.
The media is trying to tell that it's only Nazis and fascists here, is it right?
I'm a mother, a grandmother from a small seaside town. I'm not far right. I'm not racist. I approve of every nation, religion. I'm just worried about our borders and our people. That's it. That's all it is. But, you know, our women and our girls are going out there and they are getting attacked. That's it. I'm worried for my grandchildren. That's it.
Thank you very much, ladies.
Where's this photo going? You're from Norway and which means... Ah, nice.
Where's your email address?
Yeah, why are you here today? Why are you here today?
Well, I'm here today because I love Tommy Robinson. He's doing the best he can for this country, and I think more people should be aware of what he's doing. And I'm hoping that the rest of the world are watching this and see how corrupt our government are. That's what it's all about.
The media is trying to tell it's only Nazis and fascists.
Do you know what? If you actually go and watch any of Tommy Robinson's videos throughout the years, he is consistent. He is not racist. He is against ideology. That is it. If people who think he's racist believe he's racist, I challenge you to go and watch all his videos. There is nothing that you can find, not one little thing. He's patriotic, he's angry at times, he's passionate, but what he is consistent, is what he's against, and that is the extreme ideology that we all dislike.
Immigration, as long as they integrate.
All of it.
Integrate. If got so many different nationalities living in the UK, we have no problem with that. But when they want to try and change our country into something that we don't agree with. So that's really what I believe. I'm passionate about that.
Thank you.
Where are you?
I've been to Norway, by the way.
From Norway.
I've been to Norway.
Oh.
Thanks, is it? Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
It's always raining in Norway.
Jag går på 4 så bort från som bare går forover. Ikke alle som er med mulig. Hi.
Are you guys news?
What's say?
Are you news? I'm YouTube.
We're Norwegian media. We're Norwegian media.
Norwegian media?
Yeah.
I'm a gypsy auditor. I film police.
Okay, can we have a talk?
And I'm the first gypsy to do this. Yeah. Do you want? I'll do it live, okay? I'll show you me. Okay, walk and talk.
Yeah. So why are you here today?
Just to cover the protest. A lot of my subscribers, I've got 30,000 subscribers, have asked me to come here. Do I believe in Tommy? Yes. Do I believe he's restricted? Yes. Does he deserve a chance? Yes. The amount of people here today, 30,000, they've been very peaceful. Have a great day.
You too, you too.
Eller? Det er kunnet spinne av en massevis.
Interesting.
Jeg klarer kun utsnøret fra siden av spørsmålet. Det går rett på.
För att mörka den här demonstrationen och hur mycket människor som är på plats. Vi hörde precis en siffra att det kan vara över 30 000 som är här just nu. The stream.
Hører man sikkert her, det vil jeg merke til her da, i forhold til når det er venstresiden eller muslimer som holder på, så der det bare tullepulti som springer rundt, så er det skikkelig kamppoliti som står klar her. Når det såkalte høyreekstremistene er på ferde. Good. Har du bilder, eller? Det går litt fortere enn en skuter. Kanskje jeg skal si noe mens det er dødt her. Du holder igjen litt. Sånn, begge. Nå så får du... Vent. Ok, greit. Hei. Du må filme meg. Ja, da er vi omsider her i Downing Street. Nei, det er ikke enda, vi er på vei til Downing Street. Og det ser veldig fredelig for seg. We are now on the way to Downing Street. We are alternative media from Norway. And everything looks peaceful. You see the difference here of the police when they left and the Muslims are doing riots. When they are, not with the equipment or in that same state like these guys. So the question is it two-tier policing? We are coming from Norway to see what's really going on here. In mainstream media, in Norway, we hear that rallies like this are done by almost far-right extremists. I don't have that impression today. So I suddenly have interviewed some people and I haven't seen any Nazis yet here. That's the truth. Så for norske seere så vil det gå litt på engelsk og litt på norsk. Det sier seg selv når vi snakker med de engelske. Folkene her, det er utrolig bra stemning. Det er for en gangs skyld. Altså, sånne arrangement som vi har vært på, så er det alltid i supermindretall, som det er så antifall, det dritten her, som er i klart overtall. Men å være her og kjenne stemning på en sånn, der det er patriotisme og glede, og det er bare positiv stemning. Utrolig god opplevelse. Det er bare du ser her, og det er bare engelske og britiske flagg. Alle sammen er i godt humør. Jeg har ikke sett en millimeter av noe som ligner på noe usympatisk oppførsel fra deltakerne heller. Men vi har hørt påstander om at det har blitt fremprovosert av politiet tidligere, så vi skal følge med, som henger med sendingen hele tiden. And yes, to our new, not Norwegian viewers and followers. So we are alternative media from Norway. We are traveling around doing events like this. And if you want to support us, you see on the scrolling text down in the window that you can support us on buymeacoffee.com/altmedia. So we appreciate that. But it's very important to share this video or other videos like this, because we heard that Tommy Robinson's channels are down. So this event cannot be broadcast by any of his channels, as I heard. I don't know if there's all of his channels, but it's very important to share this. And I can see that is only positive attitude there, a very positive atmosphere. Everyone is happy, and it's pure joy and love for the country. It's very good to see. Så nå skal vi ta over på den andre mikrofonen. Vi har 2 mikrofoner her, så til våre norske seere det er veldig viktig å støtte oss, så får vi holde på med enda flere av denne type arrangementer for å vise hva mainstream media bare lurer over i. Så NRK, TV 2 og de bare kopierer tekster fra AP, Reuters, BBC og alle løgnerne der. Og her er det en høyreekstremistisk demonstrasjon som pågår i London. Det er det ikke. Jeg har ikke sett én som kan defineres som det i hele tatt. Overhodet ikke. Skal jeg ta på andre mikrofonen? Skal jeg gå bare litt, eller? Nei, vent da.
Okay, take some videos of that. Take some videos of it. We're at Western Derby. Sweet.
ITV. Må jo være linseløs. Og dere var ved det.
Tommy Robinson.
Yes.
You've come far to come and say, I might get into the
So Norwegians can come. I just want everyone to be happening. And also free Tommy Robinson. Shouldn't be in prison, that's so wrong. You know, he's a brave man, I think. We're not, no, I'm definitely not far right, I can assure you. I'm a 70-year-old grandmother. I'm not far right at all. I've got no violence in me at all. I don't want anything violent. Stop them boats. If they really need to come over here, well, of course, accommodate anybody. No, it's wrong, it's wrong. My sister married a Canadian. She's a Canadian now, but she did it legally. That's what everybody should do. You know, you can't just let people in, can you? Just willy-nilly. We don't even know if they... A lot of them have got criminal records. They're raping people, it's wrong.
So how's the situation in Britain?
How is the situation in Britain? Well, there's not very many people that you can go anywhere in Britain where people aren't angry about this. And Keir Starmer is outrageously bad. We want him out now. He should not be in power because he's not listening to the people. This is the people. This is the people.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you, Norway.
You're like with her, she's proper far right, look at us.
I'm not at all. Don't let him say that. I'm not.
I believe you.
I've never protested in my life before.
Yeah.
The first time.
It's time now.
First time in my life,
yeah.
Jobba med det, men som vanligt.
Yeah.
Du har på lyset. Du har på lyset.
As you can see, these people here are trying to do all they can to stop the British people this country and processing them.
Why are we punishing the people who speak out in defence? You're not going to have the BBC News doing this, you're not going to have ITV, TV.
You can support us on www.urbanscript.news.
And let's start off with something positive, shall we? Prime Minister, is it yours? Peacefully, because it's what we all know. Can Charlie Heaton come to the stage, please? You are your life because he was put in there for nonsense charge. Come on, London, let's have it! Yeah. Because Tommy isn't here today, sadly, to have his fight. Here we are, with Tommy just about to go to jail for telling the truth, and we're under a government. I was with Tommy in Spain last week, making sure he was exercising and keeping his head straight and eating his rudimentary, and he done it with pride and kahuna. But what he also want is for everyone to do it in mind that there are going to be people that are envious of us, because we are all to you and they want a reaction from you. Don't give them what they want. Do not let the mainstream media report. If you can be kind to me, I'll try and be kind to you. But you step in and host the event. So I'm here as a friend. Thank you for such a nice reception.
That generation was lucky to have a leader like Winston Churchill. However, it stands for the British people. And his name's not Winston Churchill, his name is Tommy Robinson. That you have been here today for the right reasons. Never let anyone sway you from that. And our job is now for a horrendous sentence. I want you to join me now. In a minute support, not only for our team.
Thank you, Paul. You're an it's now nice that we've got the party started. Good time today. So it's always sitting in his cell. He knows none of this went to waste. Now let me introduce the next speaker. Andrew Bridgen, it's all yours, brother. Thank you. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. I see no reason why gunpowder and treason should ever be forgot. There's going to be a big event of world significance on the 5th of November, and this will affect the whole world and as a result. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so proud of you all. I'm proud to be here, but we're all saddened at those who are missing. And thoughts should be with Tommy Robinson and the family and friends of Peter Lynch. Their suffering is a demonstration of the tyranny that we are living under at the moment. We know that Tommy's not a terrorist, and we know that Peter was never a rioter. They can take 1,000 of us, and 10,000 will stand up to take their place. And you've got to all take comfort that the worse things appear to get, the nearer we are to the end. We're in a dark tunnel, but we're nearer to the light than we are to the beginning, and we must press forward together. The worldwide attack on freedom and liberty we've seen over the last few years cannot succeed Because too many people around the world have woken up. We see what you do. Happen. In life, we tend to get what we call this no longer. I've often been asked why I wear a paperclip on my lapel. Well, 2 years ago I spoke at a conference in Norway. And they told me they invented the paperclip just before the Second World War. Norwegians wore the paperclip as a sign of resistance. They had no one in Norway to speak in their parliament. And when I wear the binder, when I spoke in our parliament, all freedom-loving people in the world are watching us today. They're expecting us to take a lead. As has already been said, we must be peace. Protest. And they've got a right to protest as well. What it demonstrates to me is the they're telling them what to think, and that is very damaging. The main weapon that's our approach. And once we learn to live without fear, there's nothing they can do to Tommy, and certainly there's nothing now they can do to Peter. We have to live without fear. We have no power, we're just individuals. We're just but we're not. We're all linked. We're all connected. All the ocean in the drop. Enjoy the day and have a great time. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you, sir.
Now, when we look at the mainstream media, they do their damnedest to divide us, put us in a state of submission by fear. Take a little look around. Do we feel divided today? Yeah, do we bollocks? Have a little look. Now, talking of media, the new media. Exactly what's going on without prejudice. Because BBC, Sky News, filth.
Apparently this flag is a taboo. It's a sin to hold it here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget, we're here for the kingdom. We're also joined by patriots from around the world. We've got all the usual flags, the American flags, the Israelis, we also have the French flag. Even the bloody Welsh are here. The Iranian flags. But we're here, not just for the United Kingdom. We think about Peter Lynch, Rhiannon Sky White, a hotel worker who lost her life yesterday after an attack by illegal migrants in Sudan. We think of Tommy Robinson in jail right now. We think about the 3 little innocent girls in Southwold who lost their lives. Now, the building right behind me, Downing Street, and the one over there, the House of Parliament, they think we're far-right anarchists. Just because we criticise the system. We criticise the system because we want it to be better. I am going to talk about the political side. But the fact that they are scared of you guys are far-right, unless they are scared and terrified of far-right grandmothers, and all their families and children, and again, people coming from France and Canada and Australia. My mother, apparently, is also a far-right thug. She was saved by the British Embassy from Iran. She was an actual political refugee. She came here to give me a fresh chance in life. To what end? I now have to have private security because I get death threats. We're doing my job. We're doing a job. Now, actually one second. are always safer in Gaza than in London at this point. Now, I have a message to the political parties. First one, Reform UK. Our friends are... Look around, bring your representatives. Scared. These people, a lot of them voted. My message to the Tories, people are here. But let's not forget, this crowd was not created by the Labour government. This was happening under the Labour government. Get ready. Fight. Don't give up. Unite the right. Unite the kingdom. Stop the division. Fight, fight, fight. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. We will support you in your fight in your countries. Nationalists and patriots, it's time to unite. We've been so isolated. We've been left each other alone. It's time to support each other. Thank you very much. And we are the media.
The next man, I'm going to refer to him as a man. Just about to get up on stage and speak in front of you lovely people. And there's lots of you. If you can see what I'm seeing, the crowds go back and back and back. Stick, the school, label, stigma, far right, the usual trap. There's nothing far right about this crowd. The only thing that's is just right. Massive, massive cheer around of applause, because I don't know anybody his age that will come and do this. What's a man? Let's go! Charlie Simpson!
United as one. They call us far right because we love our country. And every one of you are not far right, you're concerned citizens. Because down at Downing Street, Keir Starmer protects his own. Not you. Keir Starmer has blood on his hands. We stand here united. He killed Peter Lynch. This government did. Now, I ask you all as one to join us in the fight for freedom, to bring our country back. Great Britain, make it truly great. Now, I can see a UKIP flag. UKIP are the real party, the party for the people, not Reform UK. Fake party, fake, fake, fake. The Tommy, are you all hearing this? The party for the patriots. Tommy's the biggest patriot we've ever got. So, I ask you all, at the next election, you vote for UKIP, you join UKIP. Right, I'm going to start finishing off now. Thank you. Remember, keep doing your country proud. You are a living legend. Over there, Johnny Steele, come on! Unbelievable! Now, respect to you, bro. You know, it's true. He's gonna love this when he finds out how swell this is going. Just to compound on Charlie Simpson, what he said and what he just done there, and giving people credit. Giving people credit when they're due, building each other up, being each other's brother and sister and friend, and encouraging each other. Now I'm going to pass you over to Lutz and Vicky. Forgive me, I have been
parachuting in to do this. And then, from Lutz and Vicky, we are going to get Richard Invernon straight after, and then he's going to show you Tommy's documentary. So I'll be back in a little while. Until then, have a glorious time! Come on, all the way from Germany, might I add.
Hello UK, I'm Vicky. I'm living now in the US because I'm not allowed to be in Germany anymore because I'm fighting freedom of speech. I expose the hypocrites in Germany, the politics, and today we are all here for Tommy because he's a political prisoner, for showing the world what's really going on in all over Europe, because this is not only happening in the UK, it's everywhere. It's in Brazil. I'm doing a documentary for Rescue about what's going on in Brazil, and we have to stand together. Today is a very important day for the whole world. You make a sign, you stand up, and the world has to watch you, has to follow you in the fight for freedom of speech for our children. Because our children have a right to live in freedom and have a right to grow up in a country to be proud of. You have to be proud to be British. I have a right to be proud to be German. They can't take that away from us. Don't let them take that away from us. Well, today we are all Peter Lynch and Free Tommy. I want that you put in every post on Twitter, Free Tommy, hashtag Free Tommy. Float the internet with this hashtag, that the world sees what's going on, because mainstream media doesn't want that to be seen. And we don't care anymore. We are the people. We are fighting for our rights. Thank you.
Hello, Great Britain. My name is Lynch. I'm the founder of the Pegida movement in Germany. I met Tommy 10 years ago, and since then we became friends, and we're actually going the same way. I'm facing the same charges. I'm still free, I'm the lucky one, but I'm facing the next one in a couple of months, so I'm not sure that I'm going to join you that soon again. But we have to stand together everywhere, all the patriots all over the world. We have to go our way, we have to fight for the freedom of speech. Tommy's been charged for it, I'm charged with it. So that's why. Support Tommy and support every people's movement in this world which is going to fight for the freedom of speech, which is a people's right. This is the most important thing. If they take away that from us, we are at the end. That's it from me, and Free Tommy. Let's call it again as Liam did before. Oh, Tommy, Tommy! Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson!
One more thing that we're all going to have to play a little part in. Charlie Healy, the X Factor, is due to be singing on stage, and he's in the crowd.
This film talks about the heroes, the political. Our judicial system has been weaponised by evil people. Peter Lynch. It's going to tell the story of Tommy Robinson, but it's going to tell people whose lives and families have been destroyed by those corrupt people in that house behind you. And before we start the film, I want everyone in this crowd, I want us to observe a 1 minute silence to go over this crowd. I'm going to ask Liam if you could time me to make sure we get one. I want this entire crowd to go silent for the hero of our age, Peter Lynch. We love you, Peter Lynch! We love you, Tommy Robinson! Press play!
Our rights to bring our children up. If there's a system following police, justice services, MPs, everything, they're all going to get Prime Minister's crew. So how can we tell our children to bring them up straight and narrow when everybody above them is corrupt?
Peter Lynch, 61, proud grandfather and father of 4, was sentenced to 2 years, 8 months in prison. His so-called crime? Raising his voice and holding the banner in defence of what he believed. Branded a far-right fuck by the media and Keir Starmer, Pete was thrown into a brutal prison system among violent criminals. But the real justice, he paid the ultimate price. Alone, isolated from family he cherished. Peter took his own life in a cold, unforgiving cell. His voice may have been silenced, but his sacrifice will echo through history. May he rest in peace. It's September 2020. There's been trouble on our streets. The government and legacy media tell us one thing, social media and citizen journalists tell us something else. What we do know is the British people are angry. What's ignited this anger? What is going on? And are we seeing lawfare waged on the British people with a whole new level of intensity? I'd have liked to have been at Runnymede, England to make this film. Why Runnymede? Because it's where King John was made to sign the Magna Carta over 800 years ago. The Magna Carta is a document designed to shackle the power of tyrants. A document that makes it clear that everyone, including the king, who was the authority in the land at the time, is subject to the law. And the law is to be applied without fear or favour. A document that has inspired freedom-loving people around the world. A document to protect free-born English men and women from the abuse at the hands of tyrants. How fast and how far our nation has fallen. Now, we looked at the architecture of a totalitarian state in the Lawfare, the film we launched on 1st of June this year. Two-tier policing, a politicised judiciary, a controlled media, and dissenting voices being crushed. These are just some of the pieces that the Conservatives put in place, working hard to build their utopian totalitarian state. New legislation, arrests for hurtful words, thought crime debanked, fired. This has all been the case for a few years now. And digital programmable money, mass surveillance, social credit scores, 15-minute cities, pay per mile to drive. Yes, the US infrastructure is already in place for that. Centrally controlled food supply. All these things will follow soon. More tax, less freedom, and prison for anyone who objects. But right now, we have a new Labour government, and we could not have imagined how quickly and vigorously these new totalitarians, these morally bankrupt, communist, bewildered, one-term Labour government would have set about implementing their plans. We explained previously how totalitarians use all the institutions of the state to create the facade of fairness, due process, and a democracy. It's all a facade, while in fact they seek to destroy the very fabric of our society with their so-called progressive ideologies. Progressive ideologies that care not a bit for the oppressed, but use social justice as a veil for their hatred of the status quo. These totalitarians create division and chaos as a pretext. They both serve their purpose. And they create phantoms, imaginary foes. They turn the gospel against these three emotions lie at the heart of every totalitarian regime. And Keir Starmer's regime, fear and loathing. We won't take away the winter fuel allowance. We won't raise taxes. They get elected, they take away the winter fuel allowance.
Well, some people who've worked hard all their lives, they're not wealthy, they don't have money to spare, and this year, if it's cold, they're going to be looking at the thermostat and wondering if they can pay their bills.
They had to do this to stop the economy crashing.
That is a barefaced lie. Just 1.5 billion was saved, while 21 billion pounds was voluntarily spent on public sector pay rises and foreign climate aid. When Ed Miliband excitedly promised to decarbonise the grid by 2030, again, he's been completely dishonest. And the Chief Secretary to the Treasury, Darren Jones, innocently leaked some time ago, the true cost is going to be hundreds of billions of pounds with an almost impossible transformation of infrastructure.
There's a report, of course, commissioned by the Labour Party back in 2017, which forecast that thousands of pensioners could die, could literally freeze to death because of this change.
If we have the money, billions every year, to look after people who are given nothing to this country, why do we not have 1.2 billion to give money to people who have contributed to this and who are now at home and at the end of their life, to pay for that chapter of their life?
They removed the energy price cap, and prices jumped by 10% for everyone. And if you've worked hard all your life, look out, because they're coming for your savings and your pensions. And don't forget, while he's ribbing you, 3-gear Kia, he's had to declare more than £100,000 of freebies and gifts, more than any other MP in our country. And they say they've just found a £22 billion black hole in the nation's finances.
We have found a £22 billion black hole. And that's what this is all about, making sure we fix the foundations. And then having done that we can build a better future that pensioners and so many other people voted for in this election.
But they knew about the state of finances long before the elections. They just forgot to mention their plans. And when asked to spell out the details of the claimed black hole, they refuse. They're not telling. They won't. The dog ate my homework. Ridiculous. They're not hiding the political choices they've made. They're actually proud of them. They can't use your taxes. Remember, our taxes, that's whose tax it is yours. They can't use them to help freezing pensioners this winter. But they can choose to send $3 billion a year of your tax to Ukraine to drag us towards war with Russia, instead of pursuing peace. They choose to send $6.4 billion a year of your taxes to support asylum and illegal migration. That's according to the Institute for Fiscal Studies. That's up 50% from last year and 6 times higher than in 2018. What's it going to look like next year or the year after? That's right, $6.4 billion in support of unilateral cultural suicide.
Angela Rayner has announced that she's abandoning plans to give British people, in brackets, who have paid their stamp or taxes, close brackets, priority council housing. We're going to allow migrants to get that. And if you thought that wasn't bad enough, I love your response to this, because this sent me today quite literally over the edge. If you're a terrorist and you wanted to get social housing, you were going to be banned under Labour's manifesto. That's been reversed as well today. So what we're saying then is we're going to allow millions of people to come into this country and take away homes or whatever from British people who need them. And that's not racist to make that comment. That is an absolute proven fact.
It is a proven fact, and that, amongst other reasons, is why people from all those deprived communities across the United Kingdom have been protesting against immigration for the last few weeks.
They choose to give away $8 billion of your taxes on climate aid. That's giving money to other countries to help them for their so-called climate challenges. $8 billion of your money, but can't keep pensioners warm. They choose to spend trillions, yes, trillions of your taxes to pursue their own net zero wet dream, exporting our carbon emissions to China and India as we commit unilateral industrial disarmament and drive millions and millions into fuel poverty. Don't take my word for it. This is a co-founder of Greenpeace on climate change.
I say not only is carbon dioxide good, it is essential, and it's a good thing that we're putting some more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere because it was running low before we came along. If we had definitive proof that CO2 was causing serious problems and we could prove it, don't you think they would write that down on a piece of paper somewhere so people could read it? They don't have definitive proof, period. I am firmly of the belief that the future will show that this whole hysteria over climate change was a complete fabrication.
And lastly, they'll smash those gangs that are transporting illegal migrants into the UK, costing us a 6.4.
Förklara att det är ett problem och så vidare.
Ja. Just nu har vi problem med internet och så har vi problem med uppkopplingarna och kameran. Vi återkommer och när vi är tillbaka så dela sändningen.
Är det svart i skärmen? Är det snacka lätt i
Skärmen är svart just nu, men vi håller på och åtgärda problemet, så stäng inte av. Vi är strax tillbaka. We will be back soon. Just a minute. Hang on, people. The camera is black, but we are going to fix it.
Of course, cowering in the face of Sharia lover fanatics does not placate.
We will be back in just in a minute.
Feeding the crocodile and hoping it will eat them last. I think Churchill said. And hiding things.
So hang on, people.
That doesn't solve the nation's problems. It's obvious to most of us by now. Covering things up lets the problems grow and grow and grow. They've done that for the last 40 years with Pakistani rent gangs for the sake of community cohesion. And they're doing it now with mass migration and the Islamisation of the United Kingdom.
We are trying to get the cameras back. There's some kind of problem with the camera. So just hang on.
There was no growth in our economy in
We will be back in a minute.
continually get pumped with mass migration. I'm going to pose this question. If migration makes us richer, why aren't we getting poorer? Our politicians can't just lie to us.
This crowd of people is so huge, so it's very easy. The cables just
Maybe they should do something.
get off the camera.
Instead of covering it up.
And the population know they're being ignored. And worse than being ignored,
condemned, this time by Prime Minister. How on earth did he end up with this job?
I den här stora folkmassan så är det väldigt lätt att kablarna bara åker ut ur kameran. Men vi är strax tillbaka.
The third emotion driving our so-called leaders is loathing. They don't believe in the nation state. They believe in open borders and cheap labour for global corporations. Their loyalties lie with the World Economic Forum. Tutik here has made that pretty clear already. They loathe our nation and its people, the obstacles to their globalist totalitarian utopia. They don't want to be challenged. They are terrified of scrutiny. They don't want their lives exposed, and they certainly don't want to listen to you, the British people.
Everybody's lives matter. Black lives matter. Trans lives matter. Refugees' lives matter. Except old people's lives don't seem to matter. Why on earth are they choosing this as their first hill to die on?
Will our so-called leaders ever recognise the legitimate concerns and grievances of the British people? Do our so-called leaders actually want to solve the problems, or do they want to use the problems? Problems they created, by the way, to take more power and take away more of your freedoms. You see, these Marxists weren't elected because British people wanted to be governed by Marxists. They were only elected because of the Tories spent 14 years failing everyone. They failed the British people, failing to be remotely conservative, failing to lower taxes, failing to control our borders, failing to protect our freedoms. And now in power, these Marxists want a state of perpetual chaos and division that they create, divide and rule. There must be an enemy. There must be a reason to take action against these enemies of the state, and that action will always take away your freedom.
There's been a knife attack on a property in Harm Street. There are reports of it involving children, and I can now confirm that some of the patients have been taken to Alder Hey Children's Hospital, so that would suggest that those reports have indeed been accurate.
Here in the UK, 2 children have been killed in what police called a ferocious stabbing at a dance class in Southport in the northwest of England.
Actually happened in Southport. A man of Rwandan descent murdered 3 beautiful girls and stabbed 8 more children and 2 more adults. How did the government react? What did the machinery of the totalitarian state do? Well, you and I would hope something like this would get the government to stop and reflect for a minute. Why have these girls been murdered? Why is there so much knife crime? Why is there so much rape? Why are these so-called asylum seekers flocking to our shores? What values and cultures do they bring with them? Are their values compatible with ours? Are all cultures of equal merit? You and I would hope the government would ask why the peasants, that's us, you and me, why are the peasants revolting? No, don't be ridiculous. Reflecting is not a popular pastime of communists and tyrants. And admitting they're wrong is not a key competence of these tyrants. Apologising for destroying our nation, it's not going to happen. What this government actually did, firstly, they did everything they possibly could to cover up the basic facts. You and I call the truth. They said immediately it wasn't terrorism. How can they possibly know immediately the motive, what they wasn't terrorism? How can they know that? And how did stabbing young girls at Taylor Swift archery go? Not terrorism. They said it in Axel Ruddock Yabala. Yes, he's as Welsh as the Daffodils. They looked for evidence he was mentally ill. I can help you out. Yes, he was mentally ill. Anyone who commits a crime like that is mentally ill. But exactly what kind of mental illness? And they published a picture of him, looking like an innocent little 12-year-old, and reported he was a quiet boy. They did all this as they don't want us knowing anything. They managed the information.
Listen, social media is also about people being interested in the way
threats, intimidation, and misinformation, no misinformation, or threats or intimidation should be right to social media.
That's their words. How absurd, how foolish, and how dangerous. And Kia, how is this working for you, managing the information? Do the government really believe their actions will help build a peaceful, prosperous and patriotic society? What about a peaceful society? What about a social society so hungry for power, so disdainful of the British people, that they will use anything, no matter how awful, how tragic, they will use anything that is not in their agenda and crush anyone who speaks out against it. As we said, these marches want to stay in the petrol house. There must be an anything to mobilise the population against, and an anything to divert attention away from the government's agendas and their favours.
You said the question there was a sanitary plan. What did you mean by that?
What that was the I'm convinced that the answer to delivery of government. So the best argument against our is to deliver to bring about change that we promised to bring about.
That's right. To take here seems to acknowledge there are troubles. He says the solution is delivering in government, which suggests the cause of the problem is failure in government. Well, agree, Comrade Kia. And he says the far right, whoever they are, is the same oil that is the answer. Anything more? Say the unit of to label concern British citizens is the same of Labour government. And any action which engages far right is a consequence of failure in government. You can't blame it all this
doesn't matter what the power motivation is. This is violence, it is not protest. It doesn't matter what the motivation is.
He doesn't care what happens. He doesn't care. And gives him the descent of the average British man. And by the way, we still haven't told anything about the motivation of the South African. What could it possibly be?
My husband was then saying, you know, and things like that, you know, 14
So what is it exactly that your husband
I'm my own the sick. I'm sick. I'm meant to be sick. You do the interview.
Har vi snakket om dem før?
Vad sa du?
Har vi snakket om dem før?
I'm meant to be sick.
Oh, you're meant to be sick.
Yeah, I'm not meant to be here.
Yeah, but this is Norwegian media.
Your words.
Norwegian.
Norway. I could go viral.
So nobody will see that you're here. I'm sick.
That's okay. Go Fiona.
So ladies, why are you here today?
Because this government stinks. This government has to be shaped up. That's why we're here. There's too many boats coming in. Our children, our women, the females are scared in this country, and it's not on. We have to stand up and do something now. Since July, we've had more immigrants in than we've ever had in the whole year. At this moment in time, there's more immigrants in now than there was in the whole of last year. So that's why we're here.
We voted for Brexit so that our health service, because it was under pressure, we voted for Brexit and it's worse than it ever was, and we are wanting change, and the only way to get change is stand here today with Tommy Robinson. So that's how we feel. Yeah, so enough's enough.
We flew from Belfast this morning because we feel that strongly. So we flew from Belfast this morning and we're flying back tonight. So we've had a long day, but we felt we needed to be here. We're disgusted with this government. Totally disgusted with the government. Time for change. Time for change.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you very much.
Arrested when they were being held round the back of the blue belt. The police officers were saying, look, I don't even know why you're being arrested because there's one there as well.
Her kan vi se skjermen.
Just a normal police officer. They were saying, I'll ring the inspector and see if we can let you go because I don't think it's serious enough to be arrested. It's like you said, if it were my mum, I would have done the exact same. Obviously, we went home and we thought everything was fine because obviously Jack didn't do nothing violent at all, and then that's when exactly a week later the police had knocked on the door, and then that's when he got arrested.
So they started putting the door for my little girl was screaming. Oh, sorry.
That's alright.
Screaming. Before you wouldn't tell me, and I said, have you got a warrant? And they said, we don't need to give you one. And they said, my back door's open and my back gate, you can go down there, stop booting my door through. So at that point when... I took the kids' iPads and stuff.
Did he get?
He got 5 years. Yeah, taken off, and they took into consideration his health and his mental health, and then they gave him 32 months.
He was sentenced to 3 years, 4 months, and also a 10-year criminal behaviour order. You're not going to see your poor Ellie now for 3 years, 4 months. How do you think you're going to cope with that?
Well, that's all good.
It's broke a family up, like it's daughter. On our first Christmas, he's missing out on our second birthday, like...
She's just like a little shell. She's usually a wee little girl. She's just not herself. She's not the same little girl. She just she sits and just stares into space and stuff.
So with the most recent atrocity in Southport, and regardless of the murderer's motivation in this particular case, it was the last straw. People were angry, not surprisingly. Not just about the Southport murderers, but about years of having their legitimate concerns about mass immigration being completely ignored. They're angry about two-tier policing and politicised judiciaries. But Labour cannot afford to have pesky voters asking questions about the consequences of open borders, mass immigration, and the incompatibility of some ideologies with our culture. So they create a different story. They turn everyone's attention to their imaginary monster, the far right, the fictional dragon they pretend to slay.
There's a lot of people that have branded people like Lee as a far-right racist thug. Is that true?
No, definitely not.
Well, ever
He's never been racist.
absolutely ridiculous, just everything. It's like there's actually not a right as well. And obviously when I spoke to Jack and made him aware that he's not happy, like he's kicking off saying I'm fully saying I'm not. They kind of just put me down as something that I haven't actually complied with. I haven't said that I am this type of person.
The last thing he would be is racist. And like every person, I think you should have loyalty to your country. And if there's something wrong with your country, why can't you speak about it?
And more fanciful than that, they blamed the English Defence League.
Missiles were thrown at riot officers and a police van was set on fire by a large crowd of protesters believed to be supporters of the English Defence League.
We don't know where they streamed in from, but they're believed to be supporters of the English Defence League.
How many people work in Wales? There's over 50,000 apparatchiks working in the Home Office alone. And no one told Tutti Kia that the EDL disbanded a decade ago. It hasn't been here for a decade. No one in MI5 reminded him that, 90% of the people that are watching on a terror watch list, well, they follow Islam.
France and other countries. And I'm worried about the far right because it's the sort of snake oil of the easy answer. I utterly condemn the far right thuggery we've seen this weekend. This is not protest. It is organised. Thugs who thought that they could get away with causing chaos.
But this deception is not without consequence, kid.
The following.
Fuck Palestine!
We're smashing up the people's car.
Kia, you brought violent Muslim militias out on the streets. You lied to them. You created this facade of this far-right English defence running in the streets. There's a militia there.
For Norwegian media, can I have an interview? A short one.
I've done about 7 today.
Okay.
Sorry, I would have, but...
Yeah, right, let's do it.
And anyone who's remotely concerned about mass immigration and its impact on our way of life will channel in that sharp reason. We all better shut up. The sanctified verse. Of course, the media can't get wrong with this. They know there's no problem.
The other thing is this the received text went north to Byzantine when Turkey was being invaded.
And everyone will stop talking about that. It's not of innocent kids. It hasn't ascension again. You're totally wrong. It was a successful government.
Vi fick sån...
Jag förklarar det till lite...
Ja, vi fick en sån... vi fick en sån intressant QR-kod till en grupp. Resistance Great Britain.
Det var inte dum måte att göra på.
Vi ska scanna QR-koden ikväll och checka vad det är för någonting.
Håll föran här så kan folk kanske scanna något. Det är helt roligt.
If you do anything on it.
Right. Take a picture.
Thank you.
Jag kan se någon mer.
Yeah, Norwegian media.
Where are you from?
Norway.
Norway. Well,
Yeah, we can ask you a question while we are here.
I'm a Christian minister. How about that?
Okay.
And I believe in my country, and I believe this country was founded on this parliament, was founded on Christianity, and this flag, and we're about to lose it.
Yes, it's the same thing in Norway. So we are here to see how the media are lying here. Also in Norway, the media is telling us that it's far-right Nazis and everything.
Far right. I'm a businessman. I'm a pastor. I run house churches because I don't believe in the establishment anymore. So if I'm far right, they would call me a Nazi. Well, hang on. My father, my uncles all fought, and they were on the beaches at Normandy. So how can I be a Nazi? You know, why my dad, please excuse me, my dad fought in Korea against communism. So this is what they need to understand around the world. We're just ordinary people who want to save our country.
Yeah, and it's the same all over the all the Western countries. Yeah. Have you any ideas why every Western country are experiencing exactly the same thing?
We all know what you know, sir, what the answer is. One organization, the World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab has already told us we will own nothing, and we'll be happy.
Yes, you will.
We've got a budget coming up soon, and that Parliament are about to take away the money from the hard-working people of this country and give it to scroungers. Give it to people that have no right to be in this country. My wife, I can't say where she comes from because she comes from a country which is controlled, but she comes from Southeast Asia, place near Thailand, and she has no rights. If I am known to be speaking out about her country, they would come this afternoon and arrest her. So you can understand I'm being very candid. You don't need to be too hard to work out the country near Thailand. And it was a very bad country many years ago.
How will this end with all the boats coming over the channel and everything? Is this will it just continue and continue and continue?
Well, look, we know the cat is out the bag. Mr. Keir Starmer's, Rishi Sunak, Ed Davey, and the rest of them. They want to change the demographic of our country and make us a minority.
Why do they want to do?
Minority, but they can't control us.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. Yeah, what do you think about that Tommy Robinson yesterday?
He is. Hello, Tommy. He's here. Person who's made our way to London today. The government can lock him up as a political prisoner, but he is in our hearts.
They make him even bigger, so thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. I'll give you a card because
yes.
You know, you meet people here, you don't know who they are. They could be spouting a load of rubbish, but my organization's called For Truth and Justice.
Okay, we will take a look at that.
Yeah,
and as we said, we are alternative media from Norway.
Well, alternative media is the only media where we're going to get the truth.
Yes, see here.
So please drop me a line because I want to follow you guys.
Yes, I will do that. I will do that.
I want to because I've got many followers around the world.
You have got that? Okay. We will talk on email.
Yeah, please do.
So nice to meet you.
If I ever get to Norway, I'll come and see you.
You're welcome. Most
welcome. Thank you for coming to England.
Of course.
And we're not far right either. We're very right.
We are very right. Yes, thank you. We are okay. No, we are going ok, da har vi bare film mens jeg snakker det. Da har vi vent da, batteribanken, Anneli. Så
steng fikken.
Nå lyder den bare på meg her, og det kan jo være litt til. Det var veldig interessant å være her. Vi snakket med masse folk, og vi går lenger vekk av forskjellige årsaker. Ene grunnen er at strømmen er så dårlig. Det var veldig vanskelig å beregne hvordan det var veldig vanskelig å beregne bitrate, rett og slett, for å være litt sånn fagspråk. Bitrate i forhold til frame drop. Så hvis man tar for lav bitrate, så blir det veldig dårlig kvalitet. Tar den for høy, så blir det lagging, sånn som vi hadde. Så det er veldig vanskelig å treffe på akkurat. Nå har vi erfaring på hvordan jeg skulle ha skrudd ned bitraten, så har det blitt mindre drop rate. Det vil si det har skrudd ned kvaliteten, så har det ikke blitt så mye lagging, da, for å si enkelt. Og vi går litt utenfor for å eventuelt snakke med folk og begynne å bevege oss vekk herfra, fordi det er en veldig, veldig bra film som vises av Tommy Robinson, men det å vise det fram på det her type utstyr når vi står langt unna, er veldig lite seerverdig for våre seere. Da er det bedre å gå inn på Robinson sine nettsider og så videre, så finne igjen filmen. Den er veldig bra poeng derfra. Så det her er den første av denne type strømming vi hadde. Alt var superproft, synes jeg. Vi skal se det jo etterpå, med unntak av bomming på bitrate, da, som gjør den leggingen. Det må vi bare lære av. Og det var sånn som kommenterte at vi skulle gå mye nærmere. Det var umulig. Det var potte tett med folk helt foran her. Og det er veldig vanskelig å få oversikt. Det er veldig mange tusen mennesker her. Hvor mange det er, det vet jeg ikke. Så vi bare beveger oss litt videre herfra og ser om det er noen å snakke med eventuelt. Og hva som skjer, det er forskjellige stand her, og det har kanskje ingenting med saken å gjøre, det vet jeg ikke. Så vi tar og jeg kan ta på den mikrofonen igjen, du kan holde den her da, så... Ok.
It's about how during our time, the atmosphere will be tainted with deadly diseases.
Og som jeg sier, vi er jo inne i en multikulturell verden. Vi skal prøve en liten reklame.
Come and get a Mark of the book, the great controversy, and discover the truth why the European Union, born into Bible promise, will never become a European superstate.
Kulturen er her, og du behøver forsvarsspray. Bestill markedets beste og lovlige forsvarsspray Bodyguard Knockout via vår nettbutikk Alternativ Shop. Link til vår nettbutikk finner du i beskrivelsen av denne sendingen eller videoen.
Which reveals what the future holds and gives us real hope. Come and get a free copy of the Great Controversy and find out how religious
Ja, det som vi har sett ellers her da, bare for å sagt det, er at politiet her, i motsetning til Norge, altså politiet i England har sine svake sider, men de har holdt den demonstrasjonen her helt ren for bare patrioter, og så er det flere andre demonstrasjoner som pågår, som er motdemonstrasjoner, men i motsetning til norske politiet, så holder det engelske politiet, det britiske politiet, motdemonstrasjoner flere kilometer unna. De er ikke i nærheten, vi hører dem ikke, vi ser dem ikke, vi er ikke i kontakt med hverandre. Så det er ingen sabotører som er godtatt her i Storbritannia, i motsetning til Norge, der regimet samarbeider med venstreekstreme og muslimske sabotører. Og de får tur på akkurat som de vil. Det er riktig nok two-tier policing her i Storbritannia, hvor det er forskjell på hva de på venstresiden av muslimer gjør, og forhold til hva oss på høyresiden gjør. Det er forskjell på, det vet vi jo om både Peter Lynch og Tommy Robinson. Men når det gjelder demonstrasjoner, så greier de å holde folk fra hverandre. Og ikke sånn som i Norge, der de ønsker vold for å derfor undertrykke høyresiden i politikken. Så langt jeg kan se nå, så i dag så har det britiske politiet gjort en veldig bra jobb. Det har ikke skjedd noe tilløp til bråk helt tatt. Hei. Yes, you are.
Would you mind if I made a comment?
Yes, you can.
Access to this rally was highly restrictive.
Hold the mic and you can talk to her.
The access to this rally was highly restricted by the civil authorities. The other rallies, one in Trafalgar Square, there was no restrictions whatsoever. But here there is. And you were sent around for several miles because each time you tried to get to the rally, you were obstructed by the authorities. Even now, when we want to go home, we want to leave, we are obstructed. The bridge is obstructed and the Victoria Station is closed down.
And why is that?
You have to ask them. We don't know. We are just telling you what we've been told. We're just following orders. That's what the police have just told me.
Two-tier policing.
It is very much. This is no longer a democracy in this country. These insidious individuals who have been placed in trust to look after us have not done so. They're not doing so. They are in fact our enemy. They are encouraging hundreds of thousands of unfiltered illegal immigrants and placing them in hotels at enormous expense to ourselves, and then telling the indigenous people we have to cut back on your payments. This is, we have an army, a foreign army coming into our country encouraged by the establishment. This follows the same thing happening in America and Canada and elsewhere. So that's why the Labour Party is very supportive of the Harris-Biden-Obama administration, because they're of the same hue. If Trump gets in, he's not going to put up with this. No, he's not going to put up with it. And we shouldn't either. We have been invaded with the encouragement of our own establishment, in my opinion. Decent MPs, Dennis Skinner being one of them, he stood up with principles and morals. They didn't want him to stand. They refused to allow him to stand. And there are others, Conservative MPs amongst others. Some of them, one of them is, because he objected to the way they were carrying on, they took the whip away from him and he is now a Reform MP. The establishment is working, in my opinion, as puppets of the World Economic Forum. They are working for unelected and unelectable organisations like the World Health Organisation and various other three lettered organisations, totally unelected, and they're suppressing and manipulating various of their puppets in various governments, Trudeau, Macron, and interestingly enough, Keir Starmer is said to be in a relationship with Lord Ali. Trudeau is married to a man. Macron is said to be married to a man. Obama is married to a man. He's not even American, he was Kenyan, born in Kenya. So all of these insidious people, all of these devious individuals, Tony Blair, a cross-dressing deviant, it's just all the immoral individuals are put in places of authority and the country is becoming immoral by television, by the main media, and they don't report what's actually happening. They're even telling us Ukraine is winning the war. Really? All the atrocities that Ukraine has committed, they're blaming the Russians for. MI5 chief says the Russians are here to cause trouble on our streets. So it's not the fact that you've denied old age pensioners their money and are making them go hungry or eat. Nothing to do with the way you've treated veterans. Nothing to do with the way you've done the NHS, the collapse of it all, or the collapse of the education system. That's got nothing to do with it. It's the Russians. This is as though we have a psychopathic narcissist group of people who are gaslighting the whole of Western Europe. And it's just so astonishing. Is that can't be true. All this stuff, they're barium and aluminium, they're pouring into the sky, altering the weather so that farmers this year couldn't plant their seeds, it was too wet. So next year there'll be a shortage and they'll have crickets and other insects and genetically modified food. You'll be forced to eat it because there's nothing else, because the fresh food is being diminished. We're being denied decent food. In France, they won't allow the food that we get here. They will not allow it. So it says that we are being targeted by the people we entrusted to look after us.
Very interesting comments, yes.
And that's my opinion of what's going on.
Yeah.
And I would like to see an independent, sovereign Cymru who are not answerable to Westminster. They according to the Office of National Statistics, we show a 3 billion surplus. In order to restrict their interest in being a democratic sovereign nation, they removed the steel industry. They're trying to collapse Wales, so it can't be independent. They've collapsed our forces, our armed forces. Blair oversaw that in order that we can't defend ourselves. We're too poor, we're too weak, so we have to be part of the global European Union. We have no rights anymore. We're being enslaved, in my opinion.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And watch us at Alternative Media. Thank you. Det intressanta är att engelsmännen har mycket mer koll på World Economic Forum och vem som egentligen styr världen. Det tycker jag är väldigt intressant att lägga märke till. Jag träffar fortfarande väldigt mycket människor i Norge och Sverige som inte ens vet vad World Economic Forum är. Jag tror vi måste flytta på oss för det där himla klockstaplet gör ju en döv.
Jag sa en intressant
Derfra vi kom, eller? Vi kommer derfra.
Vi kom därifrån. Men det verkar som folk kan gå ut här.
Ja, da går vi hele veien vi skal, og så snakker vi med en del folk underveis. Så jeg går og filmer sånn, og så går det bort og folk får her på norsk media til å filme deg, så bare gjør det signal til meg, så bruker jeg mikrofon. Det er jo satt på det til faen, det. Det går et stykke på faen. Thank you, Nate. Her er en som har satt på denne kirkeklokka på som sabotasje, tror jeg, for at klokka er ikke noe eksakt tidspunkt heller. Man bare... Det synes jeg litt om, men det er det gått Det finnes sånne objekter, hva det var. Her er politiet. Jeg skal ta så forklare det med rykte om politiet. Jeg bare si at det er ryktene, og så sjekker vi om det er sant, eller ikke?
Den mannen vi pratade nyss med sa att det går rykten om att polisen inte släpper ut folk från det här området. Vi ska gå bort till polisen nu bara för att se om det stämmer. The man that we talked to said that the police are not getting people out from this area. We are going to check if it's true. Why should the people be in this area only? We are going to check that. No, it seems like people can leave this area.
Skal vi snakke med politiet da? Spør om det skjedde noe med alt ok? Ja. Ikke sant? Ja, da må du ha den her. Jeg skal gå og prøve å snakke litt med politiet. Jeg er sikker de... Kanskje de... Vi går mot dem, og så trenger ikke å filme rett på dem. Jeg bare går og snakker med dem litt som person først, mens du filmer litt andre. Så skal vi se hva som skjer. Bare film noe andre. Hey, hello, I'm from media. Are you allowed to talk? Okay. Sorry. No, sorry, we're not allowed to give... De har ikke lov å prate, og det er jo sånn det er, og det er jo greit. De har ikke lov til å prate. Skal vi se om vi finner noen andre å prate med.
the Met Police covered up murders. Huh?
Best of luck with your campaign. Take care, God bless. I'll be praying for you. Bye.
Keep out the good work. Keep out the good work. Thank you.
Can we interview one of you?
Exactly. Shouldn't have to do this.
Tracy,
Yeah.
I don't know which media.
How graceful was that? How graceful was that?
I was going to jump in. I thought,
that on camera,
yeah, just in case I fall.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. And
Can
no
you-
doubt someone would have it. Probably one from a police body cam.
Can you tell me about this?
Yeah, so on the 26th of the 1st, 2018, my son and his friends and loads of other children were on their way to a 16th birthday party in Hayes. In what used to be Middlesex, but it's now classed as Greater London, when a car mounted the pavement on a slope and aimed at 5 children who were walking along, murdered 3, 2 survived. The mainstream media said that all the boys were at a bus stop. They never were, they were walking. The people that were in the car stopped the car further up the road, got out and ran. The 2 boys that survived chased after them and grabbed one of them. Then after that, the police produced a witness that was never at the scene. The police asked witnesses that were at the scene to leave the scene without taking any details, which is not something you do. SO15 went to the scene, which was counter-terrorism. There's so much to it. I've got evidence here. The one that was caught, they put a fake charge on him, said it was just an accident, so he got a charge of death by dangerous driving and not 3 times murder and 2 attempted murders. So I've got letters here that was sent from my MP at the time, Nick Hurd, to the Attorney General, and the Attorney General's office is just over there. I've got the collision report as well that shows the car never lost control of the car, where the media and in court they said he lost control of the car because they wanted to continue with the narrative that it was just an accident.
But why would they want to cover over that?
Because it's not an isolated incident in this country, and they like to cover up many things. There's enough injustices and cover-ups and corruption in this country to blanket the whole of the UK. It's not the only injustice, so that's the reason why. I mean, one of them wasn't in this country until 2010. The police lied about that. They said that he was born here. I found out that he came into the country 2010, which shows then they don't background check the people that come here. And as I said, I've got evidence here. I've also got this as well, which was from the police logbook on the night. Concerns from 071 of a terrorist incident. Yeah. And the media said the car lost control of the car, mounted the pavement and killed the boys, when it clearly shows that it was precision driving and he never ever lost control at any point.
But what do you think the police will achieve with lying about this?
What will they achieve? For a start, they will make it look like the country is a lot safer than it is.
And they always cover up something like this if it have with the migrants to do, okay?
Absolutely. One of them was a migrant. The other one, who did live here and was born here, I had to research them myself, and I found extremist views and nothing that aligned themselves to England or the English ways or embracing English culture or anything about England, yet they've lived here all their life. I printed off all that material. I took it to a CPS meeting, and the CPS lawyer said to me that he should be charged with murder, but they can only go with the evidence the police give to them.
Okay, that's terrible.
Yeah. So I've been fighting for 7 years to try and get into court to show what the police did. We have a documentary on my YouTube channel that we made ourselves.
What's the name of the channel?
Tracy, daughter of Leonard, and you will find a video on there, the documentary. Now, on that road, on that actual road is a fire station. Yeah, and the fire serve work different to any other emergency services. If they're made aware of an incident, they can just go without waiting for a call. They was held off for over an hour. They was not allowed to attend, and the reason being is because the firemen can take witness statements. Paramedics can't, but firemen can take witness statements, and they didn't want any statements taken until they were there. So they held them off for over an hour.
Wow, that's amazing. Do you have I don't have my card there. Do you have an email address we might, if we want to come to?
I can write on. Hang on. Has anyone got a pen or a piece of paper?
Har vi med kortene våre? Nei. Vi har ikke med kortene våre. Har ikke med noen visittkort. Det er bagen igjen.
Tracy, daughter of Leonard @gmail.com. Tracy, daughter of Leonard @gmail.com. No E in Tracy.
Thank you. We will be in touch. Yeah. Der har du igjen da. Og så britiske politiet dekker over når det er... Hey.
Let me spit a little thing. Oh, yo, listen to this one. Big up the Palestine. Big up everyone up in London, because it's a big thing. Don't want to talk about with me, because it's a big T. Don't want to fuck about with the TV. I'm a big C, MC with the bars at MD. Don't want to know with it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Big up the thing.
Jeg skjønte ingenting. Men det er kult da. Hva jeg holdt på å si? Ja, det er sånn som jo dama her sa, at i Storbritannia så er det jo sånn at de dekker over når det er migranter som gjør feil. Her er det mye bråk rundt, så vi må nesten høre etterpå alt som ble sagt, men jeg forstod det sånn at det var noen sønnen hennes som ble drept i noe sånn terrorangrep. Men de lata som det var bilulykke, da det Met Police, de kaller politiet her i London. Vi skal ta kontakt med kanskje et intervju når vi kommer hjem også. Men det er typisk, for det skal ikke være noe feil i hele tatt med når migranter begår terrorhandlinger, da skal det være bilulykke, og det har jeg holdt på med siden 2018. Vi skal komme tilbake til det, tror jeg. Det er veldig mye litt sånn Jesus og sånne ting her. Det er jo kanskje en del av pakken. Det der, jeg vet ikke om han her har noe med det der å gjøre. Det var litt stilig farkost, det var artig om du filmer den også. Så ser vi, det var rykter om at politiet som sagt skulle helt på blokkert, sånn at folk ikke får komme ut. Og da skal vi være så ærlige, vi er jo alternativ media, og vi viser her på vårt kamera at her er det ikke noe problem. Vi får komme ut av demoen igjen, i hvert fall fra denne siden. Så de har antagelig stengt av områder der det er fare for at det er motdemonstranter som skal komme inn. Og da sier det seg selv at vi får ikke gå ut der heller, de stengt av. Det er noe borti her, eller skal vi se? Er det noe poeng å gå og se? Skal vi gå bort til gjengen der og se? Ser det politiet bort her? Hva har den? Så... Nei, det er egentlig kanskje ikke så mye å offre energien på å gå bort for. Det er politiet som står der og stenger av. Jeg tror rett og slett de har vært utrolig flinke i dag. Jeg har ikke hørt om noe annet, ikke merket noe annet. De virker, på tidligere sånne demoer så har de provosert med å stramme inn mer og mer. Presse demonstranter unna bare helt uten grunn, bare for å få en eller annen motreaksjon. Og så har de begynt å arrestere folk. De har arrestert folk, det har vi bevis på video. Bare sånn random da, altså de har fått ordre, bare just take sånn, bare som de får opp tallene. Her har vi ikke merket noe som helst tull. Kanskje er det for at det har møtt opp i så mange titusenvis, at de velger, sånn som i Norge så er politiet lat, altså det er lettere å la dem få det som de vil. Hvis ikke er så veldig mange demonstranter, så er de mer brutale. Så vi kan si at sånn politiet har... Etter både vi har hørt og sett, gjort en veldig bra jobb her i dag. Det er ikke dermed sagt at politiet i London er noe engler, men i dag har de tilsynelatende vært det. Og der står de, skal vi gå bort dit? De står jo bare, og det er ingen av dem som har lov å snakke, det vet jeg, og det skjønner jeg, det får ikke politiet lov til å gjøre og mene og fortelle om noe som helst. Så der er antagelig stengt av. Sånn at det ikke skal, for det er ingenting på hverken den ene eller andre siden her. Så det virker som de har stengt av for å... Skal vi gå og spørre dem? De sier jo nei, jeg har ikke lov å si noe annet. Jeg spør dem om de har stengt av. De har oppført seg veldig bra i dag. Norske politiet er som sagt mye verre. De elsker at motdemonstranter skal få være voldelige og knuse, bokstavelig talt, fysisk regimekritikere. Så her er det noe å lære. Ja. Vi er jo kjenner ikke til alle byggene her, eller gjør det? Kanskje lyst til å fortelle om dem? Det er kirkeklokka som går absolutt hele tiden i sabotasje, eller? For den begynte jo sånn 12 minutter på 3, og det er jo ikke noe spesielt rent tidspunkt eller noe som helst. Så ellers så det her koster selvfølgelig å reise rundt sent. Vi lærer enda mer av det tekniske. Jeg håper at dere ser at det tekniske har at det er på en annen standard da. Så ser bort ifra bitraten at det går tregt, så kanskje Annelien får til å vise frem med Vipps-nummer. Nå skal vi prøve det. Vent her. Der er lagene. Så er det der. Her ser vi. Støtt oss, for vi vil gjøre sånn flere ting. Vær på plass. Ikke bare gjør det mainstream media gjør, at de bare kopierer tekst fra AP, altså Associated Press og Reuters, NTB, og legger det bare i en sånn Google Translator, men og ser nøyaktig hva som foregår. Da vil vi være der og vise dere akkurat hva som skjer. Vipps-nummer 79 86 34, 79 86 34, kontonummer 1440 46 42 384. SMS da, det er særdeles velkomment i de sammenhengene her. SMS er 2003, kodeord AM49. Da støtter du alternativ media med 49 kroner i måneden. Du kan avslutte når som helst den avtalen der med å skrive AM49 stopp til 2003. Og du kan bytte ut AM49 med AM200 eller AM500 hvis du ønsker å støtte med tilsvarende beløp. Og det avsluttes på samme måte. Vi har jo egentlig laget dette for, vi regner med at det har vært litt mer spredd. Vi har ikke sett på hvordan det er spredd ellers. So this is for the not Norwegian viewers. Give us your support on PayPal Me, Alternative Media. And you don't have the E at the end of the word alternative because this is Norwegian. Or patreon.com/altmed. And we have this banner rolling on the bottom when Patreon, and it's buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/altmedia. buymeacoffee.com/altmedia. Så du fikk den med, eller? So we are moving backwards. It seems to go to the end. Nå går jeg på norsk igjen da. Jeg aner ikke hvor mange som har skjedd på det. Vi har ikke skjedd på strømmen i det hele tatt. Vi må se etterpå. Kanskje er det mange engelske for om det var hvilken konto. Han har flere sosiale medier. Du har navigator, du, Anneli. Tommy Robinson har jo flere sosiale mediekontoer, så hva som er stengt ned, om alle er stengt ned. Her har vi opprørspolitibiler, kan du ta dem også? Men det er dit vi skal det. Ja. Men de står jo klar her da. De står jo klar, for de vet at folk er veldig sint, og det må jeg i hvert fall si. Det britiske folket, folk i London og alle tilreisende har oppført seg 100% eksemplarisk. Absolutt eksemplarisk. Skal vi dit over? Nei. Så det har funket veldig bra. Derfor er det viktig å dele den her da. Det er jo mange andre som deler selvfølgelig, men del fordi kontoen til Tommy Robinson, han får ikke, altså den som styrer den kontoen får ikke delt den strømmen herfra. Det var et veldig bra arrangement. Veldig, veldig bra arrangement. Vi kom oss ikke helt inntil. Vi skulle kanskje ha filmet helt med. Også, det er en dårlig måte å vise fram en veldig bra videofilm da, som Tommy Robinson har laget. Men den filmer man på nettet selv. Anbefaler selvfølgelig å støtte Tommy Robinson. Altså, det er ikke bare en mann, det er et team. Vet du. Han ansetter et team, han betaler folk for å lage bra videoer, for å driver journalistikk. Han sitter i fengsel nå, ble arrestert i går, sitter i varetekt, fordi han hadde... Det var en film som het for, var Silence? Silent? Silence, ja. Silence, den fikk han ble dømt til å ikke vise den filmen. Det gjorde han likevel. Og han må antagelig sone fengsel for det. Og i tillegg så er han i varetekt nå, og tiltalt for at han ikke vil gi koden til telefonen sin, der det ligger en del materiale fra den filmen og en del opplysninger. Og der er opplysninger fra offeret og litt av hvert, som han som journalist da selvfølgelig ikke vil utgi. Han kan risikere, det som er veldig sannsynlig, at han risikerer mellom 2 og 4 år fengsel. Mellom 2 og 4 år fengsel i et skikkelig high security møkkafengsel i England, der det er muslimske gjenger som styrer hele greia. Likevel så har han nekta å gi fra seg den PIN-koden, og han har nekta. Han var advokatene hans, så rådde han til å vise anger. Det gjør han ikke. Så han er en... Hvor det står juridisk eller ikke, om politiet har krav til å få det materialet eller ikke, det vet jeg ikke. Men at han er en helt som offrer absolutt alt, det er det ingen tvil om. Ingen tvil om. Og det er ikke sikkert det er alt vi er enige med han i vi heller. Men at det der er en ekstremt... skal vi kalle det, ikonisk person uten sidestykke. Altså det er 10 stykker som lever på planeten samtidig og sånne. Litt sånn, ja, i retning Jesus, vil jeg si. Når man er så, når han vet det, for han skal i helvete, han. Han skal i helvete i opp til 4 år, han, mellom 2 og 4 år. Likevel så står han på det. Han kunne ha unngått det. Bare gi dem koden. Har du noe å si, Danli? Vil du... Det ser veldig fint ut. Politiet som går rundt og bak her. Bare snu bakover litt også. Alt er veldig ordentlig sånn kardemommeby for inntrykk av London. Og vi vil jo gjerne dra videre på sånne turer da. Jeg tar personlig ansvar for den der legginga. Det vil si det var for høy. Jeg hadde for høye forhåpninger med mobildekninga her, som gjør at det ble legging. Da skrur jeg ned kvaliteten på filmen neste gang, så legger det mindre. Man må bare for det første gang vi gjør det av den typen her, vi har masse annen type utstyr, det ser dere kanskje. Vi skal, det er viktig, jeg tenkte å filme meg for det. Mens vi har strømmer, så har vi hele tiden tatt opptak av akkurat det samme. Det blir krystallklart opptak, og du ser at både strømmen og opptaket går, ikke? Og da skal vi, når vi kommer hjem, så skal vi redigere en skikkelig bra video ut av det. Og som skal komprimere skikkelig da. Og da blir det en helt annen kvalitet. Men som sagt, hvis du skal se den der filmen som vi ble veldig, veldig dårlig vist frem til, så må du heller søke opp på nettet. Så skal vi bare... Det bare skjer så trygt. Altså, jeg føler meg 100 ganger så trygg her som jeg gjør i Oslo. Kan det være for at det er ingen som vet hvem vi er? Det kan være veldig sannsynlig. Hæ? Ja, vi har jo security her også, vet du. Så her, det er fint bilder, side om side. Det her fra alle parter så var det fantastisk gjennomført. Og hver enkelt av de politifolkene her har jo ikke noe med... De har jo sine tanker, dem også, vil jeg tro. Det vil jeg tro. Så det her er jo, i forhold til Oslo, så opplever jeg i dag i hvert fall, Anneli, det her som ordentlig kardemommeby. Hva synes du? Kan jeg spørre? Jeg bare tar en mikrofon her.
Jag tyckte att det är otroligt bra ordning. Det är bättre ordning här än vad det är i Oslo när det gäller hur polisen sköter sig och demokrati och så vidare. Mycket bättre.
Helt enig. Da tror jeg vi avslutter her, Anneli. Og så... Anneli, se på meg. Vi tar bare å avslutte. Følg med. Anneli har vært en fantastisk navigator og reiseleder. Det er et infrastruktursystem uten videre her i London i forhold til hva poteten Ronny er vant med, så hun har vært skitflink. Så vi ser frem til flere denne type sendinger, så da gjenstår det bare for Anneli å si.
Ha en riktigt god helg.